guys, it's me, your girl Simply Fifi, coming back at you with another video. Today's video is going to be a story time, and it's going to be on how I found out I was pregnant. If you're interested in finding out, stay tuned. Alright guys, so how I found out I was pregnant. I want to give you guys a quick backstory. So I was on birth control for an extended period of time, over 10 years. I got off birth control in January of 2021 with hopes of just losing weight and giving my body a break for being on birth control for so long. I did experience tons and tons of changes once I did get off of my birth control. I experienced like a rush of hormones, like returning, like sore and achy breasts, how some women get tender breasts and things like that during your period, but like times 100. I got hot flashes and it felt like I was going through menopause. So, you know, there was a lot of hormones and things just returning that I haven't experienced in like over 10 years. So that's kind of like a backstory as to why I got off my birth control. Also because I wanted to lose weight, and I lost 30 pounds after getting off my birth control, and I was getting into, you know, the best shape of my adult life, and then bam, I found out I was pregnant. So here's how it happened. So it was a day or so before I was to start a 4-day trip. Now, I am a flight attendant, so when I say a 4-day trip, that means a trip where I am going for 4 days, okay? So I got an Apple Watch notification, and it said that your menstrual was gonna start in the next 5 days or so. So I was like, okay, cool. While I'm packing my bags, let me make sure I pack my essentials, items that I would need, you know, if it were to happen while I was away from home. So I go on this 4-day trip, and I come back and nothing happened.
I was like, okay.
I wasn't alarmed or anything because I still had days left on my Apple Health app. Now, mind you, I hadn't had my period for very long before I found out I was pregnant. I think I may have had my menstrual for like 3 times between getting off, starting my menstrual, and finding out I was pregnant. But yeah, I wasn't alarmed or anything because the app said I still had days left, right? So my next 4-day trip, so got off that 4-day trip, I had a couple days off from work, and then I went on another 4-day trip. At this point, I'm looking forward on this 4-day trip. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I know I'm gonna have my period at some point during this trip, right? So every time I go to the restroom, I'm looking, I'm like, nothing's happening, nothing. So by day 3, like by day 2 or 3 of the trip, I realized that I was coming towards the end of my Apple Health prediction window. So they give you like a wide range, you know, when your menstrual will start and when it will end. So the days, they were fading off. They were light red, like, okay, you know, coming towards the end. So I was a little nervous. Now, I just thought it was because, you know, this was all new and everything. My body's still trying to regulate. You know, I wasn't like alarmed, but I was just kind of like a little nervous at that point. So I'm not sure how this conversation came up with my coworkers on the trip, but they tried to convince me to take a pregnancy test. And so I'm like,
I'm not going to take a pregnancy test, and if I do take a pregnancy test, it's not going to be here at work. I'm going to be home when I find out that I'm pregnant, right? Or if I was pregnant.
So when I got off the trip, I went to Target and I picked up a pack of pregnancy tests. Now I wanted to get I got the first response pregnancy test because I didn't want to do a line test or anything like that. I need you to let me know yes or no. I don't need to be trying to figure out, you know, is this, I can't really tell, is that a faint line or is it not? No, I want to be pregnant, not pregnant. That's how I want to know. So I got the test and I got a card while I was there because I was like, well, if I am pregnant, then, you know, I have a card, you know, something that I can give to make my announcement. And if I'm not pregnant, then okay, whatever. I just wasted a couple dollars on the card, right? So I got the card. I got home, took the test, and The first one said I was pregnant. I was like, okay, let me take the next one. I took the next one and bam, same thing. You're pregnant. I was like, okay. To say what my emotions were in that very moment, I'm not even quite sure what I was experiencing, because it was just more so a thought of confirmation. Like, okay, so this is what it is, you know, because I was kind of unsure the last 2 weeks or so. I just wasn't sure. I didn't know. So now, and I wasn't like shocked or anything, because I had 4 days to 2 weeks to kind of ponder the idea if I was expecting. So I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm expecting. You know, it wasn't anything like that. But, you know, there was a lot to think about at that point, you know, once it was confirmed. So I also had to make an appointment and things of that nature, you know, to make my confirmation appointment and, you know, figure out how far along I was and everything like that. So now I just had to break the news and plan for the future. So that's my story on how I found out I was pregnant. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will be back with you guys with more content, and stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you guys. Bye.